In this video, you are going to find out how to plan lessons using GoGuardian. A few things for you to always think about when planning is what websites are you going to include and which are you going to exclude. It'd be best for you to make a list of those. Another thing is, are you going to limit the number of tabs? So think about how you're going to guide them through this task by limiting the amount of tabs. If students are supposed to do a certain task, how will limiting the tabs help them with that task? Will it either hinder them or help them? Also, what is the order that you want them to do things within the scene? Think about when you'll push out a website. Will you lock their screens for discussion? And will you have other educators in the room helping you, and to what capacity? Words to use with GoGuardian are down below here, and you really want to make sure the students know that GoGuardian is a place where you're going to be able to give them a project, give them something to complete, and they will be guided through that. In this GoGuardian infographic, if you were to click on it, you're going to see that there is a Getting Started. This is the course that most of you have taken. This course will be able to be taken several times. If you look within here, you can also see that there's a teacher PDF for number 4. When you click on that, it has essentially the same information as what you had at the very beginning when I showed you the actual course that you could take, but this is all in written format. So this would be nice if you're looking up for things, if you're trying to troubleshoot, and you'd be able to look within that guide. Another thing is you will notice that there are so many ways to use scenes, and this site will have some ways that you can make scenes within scenes and other things that you can check out on your own. GoGuardian wants to hear your ideas. You will notice that these are people that have reported, much like in Google Classroom when you check on the question mark. However, with GoGuardian, you get to see what people are asking for. You'll see if it's been started, if the team is thinking about it, if it's planned, or if it's under review. It's a really great site to see what can be happening with GoGuardian, and if you have an idea, you might want to go here first prior. This infographic is also within Google Classroom for your reference. Remember that GoGuardian states that you cannot delete a scene yet. You need to remember that you can modify it or write over it if you do not want a lot of scenes stacking up. Keep that in mind whenever you're making your scenes. You can also make a default lesson. This lesson serves as a lesson that could be used anytime in an emergency plan situation or a 2-hour delay plan. No more than 100 students can be in a scene at a time. However, this could be very useful for some classes that might want to join together or for some sort of advisement group as well. In this example here, I have already come up with my GoGuardian lesson planning for a lesson. This template will be supplied to you in the Google Classroom. When you look at this lesson template, you can modify it to meet your individual needs. It's probably best to title your lessons so that later on you can go back to it, including what module it may be. The next steps in your lesson is to think of it in these terms. How are you going to engage students first? What are they going to possibly explore? What might you explain? How can they extend their learning? And how can you evaluate what they've learned? You may also want to add on the lesson plan approved and unapproved websites, and you may want to say how many tabs you are going to have available or open during the session. There's another area for additional notes. So a way that I went ahead and filled this out was I went ahead and put down the different things, including the links, so that whenever I went back to it, I could go ahead and have those links. And I went ahead and decided what I wanted to approve or disapprove for the websites. I said how many tabs should be open, and then I will talk about the additional notes here. These are things that I want to do during my lesson, and I wanted to make sure to add those. This example will be in the GoGuardian slide as well as in the Google Classroom. I hope all of this has helped you, and I hope that you plan many lessons using GoGuardian.